recently began involvement in a MDC funded project to intensively record reproduction traits in the Kaiuroo herd and on behalf of the Brahman breed. The project involves recording in heifers and first calf females ovarian function to identify age at puberty and lactation and oestrus, as well as looking at semen morphology traits in young bulls. This intensive recording process will allow genetically superior animals for reproduction to be identified and for those genetics to be disseminated around the Brahman breed as quickly as possible. So the traits we're examining for this research are traits that we can only evaluate through recording, and the recording that's necessary to look at these key aspects of female reproduction are ovarian function. Yeah, and those can only be observed via internal examinations, and there are very few external tips as to how animals are going to perform for those traits. So this intensive recording process using ovarian scanning allows us to quantify these aspects of reproductive performance that we haven't been able to observe before. We also have the benefit that these are highly heritable traits, so by taking the effort to collect these measurements, we are able to, after putting these numbers through genetic evaluation, make fairly rapid genetic progress for these traits if we select on them accordingly.
The big change is the level of recording, and that's what this project has allowed them to do, is through the funding mechanism through the MLA donor company, they've been able to now increase the rate of, increase the level of recording across particularly the female and male reproduction traits, which is going to allow them to value add through the use of genomics to really build a solid breeding program to make big gains in the genetic improvement of female and male reproduction in Brahman cattle.
There's a couple aspects to that. Kaiuroo, among Brahman seed stock producers, has one of the longest histories of performance and pedigree recording of any breeder. So that weight of data that they've accumulated over the years and the understanding of the traits that are driving productivity in this herd from some aspects is particularly good. And when we put the effort into recording these hard to measure female reproduction traits, we are able to understand the relationships between those female traits and the more traditional production traits of growth, carcass composition sort of traits. The Kaiuroo enterprise also does bring a history of respect in the industry, and by including these breeders in a industry funded research undertaking, I think it gives us gives the process some credibility that they are including this level of measurement in their program, and we're hoping that as these EBVs become available to industry, it will make people have a look at them.
Yeah, 100% confidence. They whenever we make recommendations, they adopt them and they follow them through to the nth degree, which is critical in this sort of work because it is intense and it requires attention to detail. Tom and Jenny are excellent and excellent hosts to boot.
My business partner and myself formed our business around 7 years ago to export certified organic beef and some lamb around the world. We did that with the confidence of some key anchor farmers who were also committed to organic beef production, and Jenny and Tom at Kaiuroo were one of the leading operators passionate about organics that were committed to supporting us in finding market opportunities for their beef. There's a a significant investment in an operation like Kaiuroo, and it's about having the confidence of where your products are going, who those customers are, what that market is going to look like in 5 years, because some of the investments they're making have a longer return on investment. I think it's a great reward as well that they're able to earn additional premiums for doing something specific for the customers that they meet, and also able to add value into their genetics and their improvement in their herd that is going to be a benefit to themselves and their expanding client list. Well, look, I think we look after everything at the farm gate as it departs the farm gate, but we do that in full consultation with the team at Kaiuroo, so they're getting access to a lot of the processing data, the feedback sheets, and they're able to make improvements and select the size that they want for the carcass performance that is going to continue to improve over time for those customers. I think the fact that we do bring our customers to visit them and see their operation here and see the feedback that they're getting, that they can implement that all the way from the genetics through to the end product is fantastic.